Good afternoon. Happy Thursday, July 9th. I am your host, Teresa. Welcome to my channel, Wounds to Wisdom. So it is a toasty one here in New England. I don't know where you are. Tell me about your heat. I think we're at 85, 87. These frogs are so cute. I know. Oh, did you really? I love those frogs. It goes with the whole thing, Echo, right? It's laughter is the best medicine. And when we're feeling overwhelmed and stressed, or whatever the adjective is that's not necessarily positive, I think laughter can help in being silly. And that's part of it. I mean, you know, I watched your unveiling the other day, your unboxing. That was so beautiful. So for those of you that are watching on the replay, go to Echo's channel, Living My Best Life. We'll put the link in. I don't think I can just... Oh, yes, I can. Hold, please. I can go to your channel and I can get your link. Hold. I'm learning some new tips and tricks. So give me a second, everybody, while I get this lovely lady's YouTube link, copy link, and come back. And it's Karen Suki. So she did this unboxing that I think you won it. And it was a charcuterie board and some coasters that were beautiful. So I think, Richard's here. Hello, Richard. Welcome. Karen's in the house. Why are we calling Karen 500? Hot here also. Don't have any swamp cooler hooked up. Yeah, it's so, I was talking to somebody today. She's like, oh my God, it's so hot. And I said, look, it's not humid. It is hot. And guess what? It's July and it's summertime, right? So yeah, it's hot. And I'm not going to complain too much because before you know it, right, it's going to be... Blah, 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 blah. I know, look at Luca. He's like, Mama, what you doing over there? Say hello, handsome boy. Oh, he wants to get in on the party. So did I tell you I'm a new mama? There's a kitty cat with 4 kittens in my neighborhood, so I've been feeding them. And now I think the daddy is there because I didn't see the mama and the 4 kitties today. I saw another kitty. So yay. Yeah, the sun feels good. It really does, I think. I have a big umbrella outside. I like how I do this, like you know what the hell I'm talking about. And and it just keeps the sun from beating down and burning, but the dogs like to sit out in the chair. I'm just very cautious about the dogs, that's all. 500th on Josh's channel, actually, before I joined Truth Wave. Oh yeah, I think he's having a big anniversary, right? Isn't Victor having a big anniversary? And I haven't seen Josh go live in a couple of weeks. I may have missed it, but and he changed the name of his channel, so it's hard for me to find him. But I haven't seen him, so I don't know. Karen, maybe you know. Is he on vacation? I know he was going to move, but... And then Victor, right? I mean, 2 years. Well, I'm a year and a half, so we all kind of, thanks to Mish, we kind of all piggybacked. Oh, Josh has a full-time job now. Good for him. But I thought he was doing early mornings, but I guess not. Well, more power to him, and I'm happy that he's got a full-time job. That guy's sort of had a dark cloud, so I'm really happy for him. All right. Josh is universal of love. I don't know. I don't know. I mean, I'm sure I'll find it again, but if he's not live, then it doesn't really matter. I'm not going to search. Um, it's Ben Bacon Bits. Well, good. Universal Army of Love. All right, good. Good for Josh. And good for Victor. And like I said, I think he's celebrating. I think there's a party going to be happening. Um, so we're going to do a lot of laughter today. And I'm so glad that you guys are here because I can't laugh without you. Um, so I just want to give everybody a chance. But so, there's a lot of things that we could talk about. But one of the things that I had said to Echo earlier is just when things are sort of willy nilly, laugh therapy. It's like, why do we need more silly? Well, it's medicine. And there is some psychology of laughter, right? And silliness is this emotional resilience, right? Like we can keep going. If we can laugh, then, it's not that bad. Um, and that is not to downplay anything that is really serious in your life, but um, Sai Baba Bacon, Sai Baba Bacon, he is in the house. Um, um, yeah, I just think that, so if you were to describe your sense of humor in one word, what would it be? Potty humor, dad humor. What kind of humor? Saucy humor. I call mine puppy humor because everything that makes me laugh is puppy related usually. Being able to laugh at myself is so freeing. Oh, girl, I laugh at myself all the time. So I was going to put some lipstick on, and then I realized that I had cherry Italian ice, so I'm all red in the lips. Who needs lipstick? Just have a cherry Italian ice. You have a funny sense of humor. You have joy. I mean, just watching your channel, you have joy. And you have a beautiful smile, and the energy that comes off of you is just um, so engaging. So, yes, um, you are joyful. And I think those of us that, you know, have hit bumps, and there isn't one of us, at least in my chat or on my channel, that hasn't had some bumps. Bumps. But like laughter is like this biological miracle, right? And one of the things that I did research on is it said it lowers the cortisol and boosts immunity. Well, then I better start freaking laughing hysterically. And it shifts your emotional frequency. So instead of being Eeyore, okay, I guess I'll get up, it's like Pooh or Tigger. It's like you want to get up and laugh and have a good time, and it changes your joie de vivre. I don't know. My sense of humor doesn't come out much. Oh, yes, it does. Ben Bacon Bits. Karen says, my humor can be so deadpan that people don't always know I'm joking. Um, okay, I never rated it. I can say editing cortisol is more highbrow. Oh. um, I think, so the science of laughter, right? It releases these endorphins and it releases the whole body for up to 45 minutes, they say. And so for me, when my mom was sick, um, there were days where I just couldn't get anything out of her. So I found ways to make her laugh. And it automatically changed her from feeling really sick and gloomy doomy to lightening the moment. Now, she didn't feel good, so she's a right not to feel good. But I needed to at least get her out. And I would do one or two things that, I think brought her a lot of joy in the end. When she saw I have two younger brothers. So the first of the two, Ralphie, when he would come and take care of my mom, whatever it was about him made her laugh all the time. I don't know what it was, but she laughed nonstop when he was there. Maybe because he's just goofy. Um, but and then my other brother and I, we were her caregivers directly with the doctors, but we found ways to spark joy and spark laughter. And there's a spiritual angle here, right? Silliness is the sign of safety. Your spirit feels free to play. And I think we really want that ability to play. We're not dead yet. And, I don't have grandchildren, but I know Echo does. And, kids get joy out of fart noises. Like they just think that is the funniest thing in the world. And if you think about it, humans think it's funny because usually it's escaped and it happened, sort of, uh-oh, I just let something go. And everyone laughs. It's a bodily function, but it makes you laugh. I'm trying to read the comments, but let's see. Echo says, my dad was a big jokester and joked about everything. Yes, Mr. Bit tells dad jokes. Echo says, my dad said it's better to laugh than cry. Well, that's for sure. Deadpan doesn't come through in chat. No, it doesn't. And I have a friend, he was a comedian actually, and I didn't always get his humor because it wasn't your typical, like it was, you had to think more to get it. And I just right over my head. But my friends loved him. I'm just looking at Ben was talking about asking my pet potato for his opinion in the body language panel chat, and they thought it was serious. Oh my God. I enjoy playing with my granddaughter so much. We just laugh and are silly all the time. Yes, absolutely. And I think, humor is usually the first thing to disappear when the poop hits the fan, right? When life gets heavy. Um, and the first thing that sort of brings us back to, I don't want to say reality, but brings us back to a lighter moment is laughter. It's being silly. It's me dancing around with my two dogs to my favorite songs, right? Picking up Luca and dancing with him and having him kind of look at me like, oh God, the human's at it again. And Biscotti thinking it's an opportunity to give me a lobotomy by licking my nose. Um, so I think that, laughter and being silly, um, it lightens the mood. It heals you, right? You don't need to have this comedy show, although I will watch them. And I get these reels on my phone from, like if I'm on Facebook and I'll see a local comedian, I just stop everything just to watch some of their stuff because it lightens the load and when you're so stressed by whatever it is, um, it really, um, it brings you back down to earth and it makes you a little bit more pliable that I'm not so uptight. Um, how did you pick your pups' names? Oh, so Luca and Biscotti. So I wanted something Italian. And when I looked at Biscotti, my first, he was going to be my only pup. And he just looked like a little round cookie as a puppy. Um, and I was like, Biscotti, it was just it just came to me. Luca was the runt of the three dogs. And the person, so that I was told, that was going to take Luca, um, I guess there was some issues. And so I said, I'll take him. And I called him Lucacino instead of Cappuccino because he was such a wiggly boy and puppy. And he was very energetic. And I'm like, oh, I got my coffee and my cookie. So, but I just call him Luca. I don't call him Luca. I only call him Lucacino when he's being a bad boy. And that's so rare. But I love them both. So that's where they came from. No, no real wisdom here. Just they fill my heart. Yes, it is hard to be upset when you're laughing. Karen says, my sister was a genius at using punctuation as face and body language. So funny. Oh my God. I wish we could see your face so you could mimic it for us. Okay. Ben says he's got a question and he's doing it to Karen Suki. I do have a question though. If a turtle loses its shell, is it homeless or naked? I'm going with homeless. Oh, I think it's dead, Ben. Oh, deadpan, but I'm bummed. You guys are so funny. See? Angela's in the house. Hello, Angela. Nice to see you. We're talking silly, so come join us. And we're talking about how being silly is really one of these things that changes the cortisol and the endorphins and all the good stuff in our body, you know? And I would almost ask, is there a moment where you laughed at something you shouldn't have laughed at? So I can tell you that I was at a funeral and somebody was telling a story. Now, it was a funny story, but I didn't just, go, whatever it was, and I wish I could remember what my friend said when she was talking about her mom. And I'm remembering this because her mom passed 10 years ago the other day, and my mom will be 10 years in October. So we both lost our moms. But it was a dead, the whole temple was quiet. And she said what she said. And I guess because I knew the story she was telling, I let out a laugh that was sort of a burpy laugh. It just air got caught. And I'm going to go with I probably shouldn't have. Now, the row of us girls, college friends that were there, they sort of chuckled and they're like, oh my God, only Teresa. And they called me by my nickname, but probably not appropriate. So I'm going to say, is there anybody here that has laughed when you probably shouldn't have? Dog has a strap on it. Oh, because it's a beast of burden. Oh, God. Ben, it's dead. The shell actually is part of the body. Oh. Okay, so now you're bringing me down. Bring me back up. And Richard, you have a new symbol that I haven't seen in a while next to your name. It's like a heart. I like that. So, when was the last time that you laughed so hard that you snorted? I don't think I usually laugh when I shouldn't. Okay, that's all right. I often make jokes in inappropriate times and laugh at them. Oh, yes, Angela. I laugh at my own jokes all the time. I think I'm very funny, even if it's just to me. Can't sleep. Oh, Richard, I'm sorry. So then, laughter is a form of delight. And delight is like this healing practice. And that's one of the things that I wanted to sort of talk about is, laughter, being silly, it's about healing. you know, and being delighted. It's a nervous system reset, right? It interrupts that overthinking. And I'm queen of overthinking things. Um, and it comes in many ways, right? It's texture, it's sound, it's memory, it's color, it's randomness. Um, yeah, Angela, I know I'm the funniest person I know. Ben says, I think yesterday or the day before. Oh, you snorted. Yeah, I think, it's just when you're laughing so hard, you just can't help yourself. Um, and there are things that sometimes make me laugh that catch me off guard, but usually, and I know it's kind of silly, but it's my puppies. They will do things. When I was with my brother's three dogs, those golden retriever girls love to be on their backs, splayed out for the world. Um, but it was how they got into the position. There was a sound effect that went in it. They got behind the couch, they rubbed themselves on the back and sort of flipped themselves over. And it was a whole procedure. And I'm just thinking to myself in the middle of the night while they're doing this and kicking their legs and again, they're golden retrievers. They're not little shih tzus. They're big ass dogs that take up the length of the couch. So funny. And I'm like, even though I was irritated and I was tired and I wasn't sleeping, how can you be mad? So yes, things like that are just amazing. Um, Karen says, I have learned to laugh inappropriately due to my sister. It can upset her a lot if you're misreading. Oh, so yes, I mean, I have to watch myself sometimes because there are people that are talking and I just start to laugh because what they're saying is just silly and ridiculous. But you do have to sort of check yourself that you're not laughing and they think you're laughing at them. Um, so yes, it's a cautionary tale. Um, Echo says, a friend of mine and I have an inside joke, and my friend will surprise me by saying it when we are with other people have no idea why I'm laughing. Oh, hysterical. Absolutely. Um, and I did that a lot with my mom. And I think sometimes, I was talking with my brother and I said, I really miss her, and it's not this gloom and doom, but she was my companion for 10 years. Even though I took care of her for the last several years, prior to that, we just were good companions and laughed a lot, um, and mainly at each other. I'm known for walking, no problem. Next thing you know, I'm on the ground. And it is funny. It hurts, but it's funny. It's like, what the hell? There's no hole, there's no rock. I didn't trip over anything. My body would just give out on me. Um, Now, is that really funny? No, but it was just the graceful way in which I would go ploop and down. But the two of us would laugh. And it would be, um, you know, it's just silly things. And I think that is what brings us energy. And those memories make me smile. They're like the little tiny joys that can change your whole day, right? Humor is a tiny joy because you don't live in humor all day long. It's sort of this building block of relief, right? And I think that one little joy could lead to another little joy, or it could snap you out of being Eeyore. And I use Eeyore a lot. When I was seeing clients, I was like, well, do you want to always feel like, okay, the sun is out, it's a little hot, it's too bright, or do you want to be, the sun is out and it's hot and I can sit into the shade and let's go play and frolic. Like, what's your attitude? Where do you want to live mentally? Where do you want to put your energy? And every little spark of joy, this little kitten that has nothing to do with me, although I am planning, if they're still alive, I'm going to have a whole outdoor setup for them for the winter to protect them. So yes, they are feral cats, but I'm going to take care of them. But that's the silly part of me, right? It's like, Teresa, oh my God, you're going to take on one more thing. Well, now I have two other neighbors that are going to help with food. So we're not, it's the silly joy of watching a kitty cat clean their paws after they've eaten very delicately. That's a little tiny joy. And it brings me back to life cannot be that bad. It cannot be that bad. When I cook and I make a mistake, what did I make the other day? I was so excited. I made this whole meal. It was going to have a teriyaki glaze and I had a little Worcestershire sauce. I made the whole damn meal. I started to eat it. I'm like, there was no teriyaki. There was no Worcestershire. It was steamed broccoli. There was no butter. It was still delicious, but like my whole brain was out of whack. And I just started to laugh. I'm like, Teresa, where the hell is your head? And let me see. Your dad always did April Fool's jokes. And I miss him on April 1st. And no one has ever pulled an April Fool's prank on me the way my dad could. Yeah. Richard says, we had an inside joke with a priest friend, tried to get him to say that A is mended instead of the mass is ended. Oh, God. Almost got him once. He paused for a second and said, the mass is ended. Oh, that's funny. Take the M out. That would have been funny, but not everybody would have laughed. Like the old people would have been like, oh, but people like us, we would have laughed. The ass is ended. Go in peace. And just think about how much better you feel. And when you laugh, when we talk about these stories, that nostalgia, it boosts the serotonin. Right? It reminds us of who we were before life got so complicated and so dramatic and so overwhelming. And I think that's where silliness comes in. And that's the innocence, right? Laughter is innocence. It brings us back to a time where we weren't jaded or the possibility of being jaded didn't exist. And sometimes like childhood summer memories come up, or for me, a lot of all the stuff with my girlfriends from college. And one of my girlfriends has a daughter. And so when I was in college, there was a group of us, we all went to the beach with our fellas or, our friends. And we took a photo. She did that. Her daughter had the same photo. And I was like, oh my God, the lightness that it brings, the memories that it brings. We had so much fun. But as time goes by, you forget those moments. And I think that's something that we should hold on to. And I'm going to look for that photo because I know I have it. And I don't remember if I've shared this, but I have one of those digital picture frames in my living room because I don't have a lot of wall space. So every day the same photos are being recycled. And periodically I'll look up and there will be, my friends and I, or it'll be my nieces and nephew, or it'll be my great nieces and nephew. And then my honorary godchildren, whom I adore, and my girlfriend Megan has three ginormous, handsome young men, and I adore them. Her sons are, I know they're not perfect, but I could only wish these kinds of sons on mothers. They're really good boys. Um, and I don't know, they just have a special place in my heart. And some of my friends, their kids, they're menches. I just love them. They're good humans. And so I like to see them on my roll that comes through on the digital camera. And I'm talking with my hands again. Sorry, let me rein those in. Um, Karen said, me and my sisters get so silly that we are hysterical when the three of us get together. It includes a lot of body language, acting out, and facial expressions. Hardest I ever laugh is with them. Yes. Um, yes, laughter also helps you to deep breathe. Absolutely. And we used to do April Fool's jokes on dad. I always switched out the sugar for salt for his coffee. Oh my God, that's funny, Karen. Um, my mom could be hysterically silly with us too. That's great. We didn't do those kind of jokes. I don't know if we just didn't, but um, there was a lot of laughter. And when I was with my brother these last several days, we played this board game. I think I tell you about it, and he kicked my ass. Yes, I was a loser. But the faces that we both made, and the comments that we both made at each other, and the connection, literally, as tired as both of us were, it was fun. And I think that's what I want to encourage you. In summertime, the energy of summer is playful, right? It's warm. We can go outside. We can take walks. We can socialize. We can go to a park. And we're not bundled up. We can take our dogs. We can take the frisbee. You can take your kids, your grandkids, whatever. It's the perfect season to be silly, to find laughter. Um, and we talked about July being ignition, right? Yes, Tuesday, um, spontaneity, lightness, and humor warms our spirit. It warms our soul. It warms our environment, our social environment. After this tonight, my community here does free concerts every Thursday. And so local bands will come in our little park, and I'll take Chuckles 1 and 2 if it's not too hot for them. I'll see how hot it is. And we'll just walk through the park and listen to the music. And their reaction is what's silly, it's what's joyful, it's what's fun. And so that's amazing to me. So I would throw out to you guys, hold on. We also had fake ice cubes with insects in them. Oh no. Oh, you. And see, I can laugh at that, but that would just freak me out to get an ice cube with a bug in it. Karen says, I don't breathe deep enough in everyday life. I need major improvement. Well, so Karen, this is one of the things that moving forward, um, I know I talked a little bit about it on Tuesdays, I want to focus in on, because cleansing our breath, our bodies, and doing that deep breath and holding it for a couple of seconds and releasing it is so therapeutic. It can also be silly because you can do it with laughter. So one of it wasn't a meditation. It might have been one of my breathing. I don't want to call it a seminar. I'll call it a class that I did with some friends. It was kind of musical and sing-songy. And so, I'm often off key, right? And if Carmel was here, I would say, but Ben is here. I change the words and I never get them right to a song. I would even do that with a and you force the breath to go through your body um, in different ways, and you will start to notice how it is. I've been reminded that by touching a finger to your thumb and breathing in, and I'm very congested because of allergies, but if you were to take a deep breath in and exhale, You notice how you breathe. And then when you do the other finger, your middle finger, the breath comes in a different part of your body, in the ring finger and your pinky. You will notice that it is in different parts of your body when we talk about breath. But laughter, singing, even if it's off key, is breath work. And I do believe laughter is the best medicine. I believe it's nourishing for your soul. I believe that there are tiny joys that we can find every single day, right? I think nostalgia can be very grounding. It can be triggering, so I get that. But the object is to think of the things that bring you joy and laughter. So break out old photos. When I see me as a little girl in a dress in my mom in the carriage, and I was like so hopeful. I can see that little girl. I see her in the swings and how I even to this day love swings. Put me on a swing and push me and I am in my glory. Um, I really want to do that bungee jumping exercise that I have shared in the past on my posts. I love the idea, and I'm not going to be the pretty one that's very elegant. I'm going to be the girl that can't get her movement, and I'm going to be just like floating in the air. I I so want to be able to find a class that near me that will do this bungee jumping. It's it's creating joyful moments. And that's where the healing is derived from, right? Let me just go back to the comments. I bought a book a while back. You might be a crazy cat lady if I need to find it. Oh, please do. Oh, regarding the finger thumb thing. When I meditate, I test each finger and keep the one on my thumb that I felt the most tingling through. Yes. Sometimes we just need to relax and let a few minutes pass without nothing but laughter. I agree. Carol Burnett, if anybody ever watches the old Carol Burnett shows, you could go to YouTube and just Google, Carol Burnett and Gone with the Wind. And just even now, seeing her come with this curtain rod sticking out of her, walking down the stairs like she's, Scarlett O'Hara, right? Just visualizing um, Harvey and Tim, the way those two men I mean, were funny as hell. They were funny and innocent and clean, but saucy, because there was always a little saucy naughtiness. And it just, you know, that's what I would wish for people, is to find the humor in those moments. There are some SNL skits that are hysterical, but I would have to go back in my time. Now, somebody recently posted on a Facebook reel, um, Gilda Radner, and actually decades ago now, an old boss of me gave me a card with her saying these things like, um, something like, I'm hot, I'm sweaty, I got gas, I got this. It was just hearing Gilda Radner say it, funny as hell. Lily Tomlin, one ringy dingy, so ringy dingy. Anybody remember Gilda Radner doing that? I think it was on Laugh-In. Now that's old. I know I'm dating myself there, but any of those, or something more recent that, you know, reaches out to you, um, I love. And there are movies that are just stupid, silly movies. They're meant for nothing but laughter. Some of them I like, some of them I don't. I take it with take it with a grain of salt. I happen to go back to the old comedy shows because I don't necessarily like vulgar. I don't necessarily like something that's going to hurt someone else. Um, but these comedians, even Lucy and Ethel with the uh, what do you call that thing? The belts where all the chocolates were going, and I could just see that being, oh, this is easy, this is easy, woo, shoving it all in your mouth. Funny, it's funny stuff. Stepping on the grapes, funny stuff. Um, Many things that Lucy did on the Lucille Ball, Lucy and Ricky and Desi Arnaz, very funny. Um, let's see, hold please. Went with the wind. Yeah, the curtain rod episode is one of the best. I always envy those people who that was their job. Yeah, absolutely. Skits are funny. Rosanna, Zana, Dana. My friend BJ has a comedy video premiere every Wednesday at 11 a.m. after my exercise workout. We laugh and have a great time. He did an entire Carabinette series. I think I saw that one. That's BJ's Adventures, right? Jane Curtin is one of my all time favorite comedians. Yes, she was deadpan with the best facial expressions. The conveyor belt, that's the word. Yes, Will and Grace, another one. Will and Grace cracks me up. It's on my regular YouTube. Um, and Will and Karen, when they would just, it's stupid, right? You're, if you wrote it down, you'd be like, that's just stupid. The two of them with their attitudes, their facial expressions, um, with Karen just belting out laughter, she'd be all sudden, ah! Funny. So I encourage you to find things that make you laugh. I encourage you to do the breathing exercises that are laughing exercises. The force it in, force it out, force it in, force it out. You'll make yourself laugh, but you'll also expand and contract your lung capacity. You will clean the toxins out of your body as you inhale all of that good air and exhale anything that just is trapped in your body. Um, and I, I mean, whether you have a cat, a dog, a ferret, a whatever, you look out the window. The birds in my little garden area, my fairy garden, they dive, they swoop, it's the funniest damn thing you've ever seen in your life. Um, and especially when they're making whoopee in midair. I'm like, oh my God, crash, boom. And then they're off and running. I'm like, you watch nature and it's hysterical. So I encourage you, and I think that's one of the things that I just wanted to bring to you guys is let's ignite the laughter and the joy. I love the dad jokes. I love when Richard and Ben start going at it. I've seen them in other chats and it's like nonstop sometimes. So yes, I think that, laughter just frees us from always feeling the chains and the weight and the heaviness of what's around us, you know? Um, hey, do you think Karen on Will and Grace is where the Karen thing came from? I don't think so. Are you talking don't be a Karen, sort of in the negative light? No. Don't be a Karen. I forget where that came from. I had looked it up once. Um, Now I have to look it up again. All right, let's see. Yeah, somebody said it came from Dane Cook, the comedian. and someone who acts entitled, but I'm not exactly sure. Um, it would fit if you overlook how funny she is. Oh no, Karen is the funniest thing. Got to play Uber a bit. Okay. Be safe on the road, Richard. Sorry, guys. It is hot. Keep hydrated. This is my iced tea. I have my water. After this, before I go to this outdoor concert, I'm going to go pick some. I have spearmint, um, mojito mint, pineapple mint. There's another mint I have growing in the back, and I'm going to make a big vat of ice water with mint in it, and some cucumber. Yum. Just don't let the cucumber sit in too long. You can sit there for a couple of hours, but then take the cucumber out. But I love it. And I actually have a fresh lemon that I have to do something with. So it's not enough for lemonade, but I'll slice it up and throw it in the water. Yeah, cucumber in water is so refreshing. And especially if you've been working out in the garden. So I was working out earlier today. And before we went live, I took a shower, which, kind of explains the frizz, all the frizz. And I didn't do anything with the frizz. I went outside and it dried it. Normally it takes about an hour or so if I'm in the house. I went outside for I don't even know how long, and it's still a little wet underneath, but it's dry and frizzy. Um, that's all right. Um, and so hey, I'm curious. Anybody know if Misha's around and if she's okay? I haven't seen her. Now I have to catch up with her, but I didn't know if anybody has seen her on any other channels. My neighbor's garden in front of my yard, I saw he is growing cucumbers. Yay, I think he added tomato plants for my benefit. Oh, that's sweet. So I have so many cherry tomatoes that my housemate's getting some. And lettuce is off the charts. And this is a good thing for me because next year I think I planted, hang on, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 17, 18, 19, I think 20 heads of lettuce. And it's too much. I just figured it would die in place, but thanks to YouTube, I now just cut the leaves so it keeps regenerating. So I have tons of lettuce. I made a beautiful sandwich today, salad last night. I'll have salad tonight. Um, I cooked up the chicken last night, and so I have my chicken pre-cooked. Um, I'm actually going to make a teriyaki glaze for some of the chicken, and then a duck sauce glaze for the other, and then a ginger glaze for the other one. So I think I have 6 pieces. So 3 sets of flavors, and either it'll be on a plate. Um, and I have so much asparagus that I bought. So I'll probably grill up some asparagus, and I'm just in my glory. This is my time of year. I love that. I know. I wish you could come over for dinner too. I'd be like, just come on over. I have cucumber mint water, chicken with asparagus, and I have either cherry Italian ice or um, uh, vanilla cream, like a icicle, creamsicle, um, popsicle type thing. Very tiny. They're the mini ones. Because I'm still trying to be good, but I'm not going to punish myself. Last night I was at the dog park, and I've never seen it in my neighborhood before, but the ice cream truck came around, and you could see all the kids in my neighborhood ran to it, and I had the 2 dogs, but I just was not running. And last night was hot. But lucky me, I have Italian ice, and so that was delicious. Yeah, vanilla ice cream is my favorite, hands down. Soft vanilla ice cream, then throw some M&Ms on it, or raisinets, and I'm tickled pink. But when it comes to something and I'm actually going to make my own ice cream next week. I'll let you know how it goes. Um, I'm also making my own mozzarella, so I'll let you know how that goes. Um, and I have to make my homemade butter. I'm out of the last of my butter, so I have to make some butter. But I was away for those 30 days on and off, so I was not going to have um, butter hanging out in the fridge. You can throw anything on vanilla ice cream for variety. Yes, I like to sprinkle strawberry quick on yours. I I've never. Way to go. Anybody else while we're talking about ice cream, is there a favorite for people? Ice cream or ice or gelato or sherbet? I always love sherbet. It's harder to find for some reason right now, but well, prior to the summer, I guess I haven't looked in a while. So, has anybody? I'm just looking at the chat. Um, any delights for somebody else? Um, I like ice cream sandwiches. Those are good. Or they now have Oreo cookie ice cream sandwiches. Makes me feel like a kid, like I'm cheating or sneaking. Um, when I was a kid, we used to make. Um, my mom would make the ice pops and put them in the freezer. Um, but then we'd also make pudding and spray it with tons of whipped cream. There is an ice cream that is orange and vanilla swirl that is fantastic for summer. Ooh, all right. Well, I'll have to, you know, watch. I'm trying to watch the sugar intake, but I don't eat it all the time, and I don't eat it every day. So I kind of feel like um, it's okay. And I've been really good about my protein and my veggies. So I'm feeling, pretty good. And I've been exercising thanks to Echo. So and tomorrow's Friday, but I'm not around in the morning. That's the problem. Um, but I do my exercises when I get up. I do some of them, and then by the end of the day, I've done my whole routine, um, and I'm really feeling good about it. So um, I I give credit to Echo for inspiring me. Um, she really has shaken things up for me. Um, so thank you, my friend. Okay, well, laugh, laugh a lot, laugh as much as you can, um, and when all else fails, put a YouTube video on that's just kids laughing, and it's sheer joy for laughing at almost no reason, right? They just once they get giggling and they start laughing, it is this pure, unadulterated joy, and you can't help but laugh. So, or put on Carol Burnett, or put on whatever's your favorite comedian. There are times where I have put on Robin Williams for my sauciness, and he just gets you. He just gets you. Um, and the old days with Whoopi and Robin Williams and Billy Crystal, some of the funniest stuff ever. Um, I do laugh out loud when babies are laughing. Oh my God. They are a belly laugh. And you don't even know why they're laughing. They're just laughing. And I feel like somewhere they're seeing angels that are just tickling them. And it makes me feel good. So anything you can do to just bring yourself joy. So until Tuesday, you guys, I know. Um, until Tuesday, I send you with love, with light, with healing, with compassion, with joy, sprinkled with giggles and laughter. Be well, stay healthy, find the joy, find the giggles, find the laughter in anything. Um, I'm sure I'm going to see you guys. I think the village is on tomorrow night, but I might have the days wrong, so don't hold me to it. I'm still catching up on some of my past YouTube videos that from all my favorite creators. Um, oh, I missed those. You missed the what? the village ones. Um, I lust after ice cream. Oh, Ben, I know. Or pie. See, blueberry pie, banana cream pie, anything cream pie, chocolate cream pie, cake. All right, Ben, you're killing me. You're killing me. Ben, everything you can't eat. I know. Well, yes, I know. I'm actually pushing out my cardiology appointment because it's next month, and still haven't lost my weight that I'm supposed to lose before I see him. So, oh, and Biscotti's looking at me, so apparently he needs to tinkle. So on that lovely note, thank you for all of you for being here. Thank you for watching the replay. For those of you that are watching the replay, I send you with love. I send you with joy. And until next time, mwah, be blessed. Bye, guys.